What am I doing with my life? Where am I going? Should I be married by now? What's going on?
It's George and Brendan's Real Big Time Podcast. Yeah. Tell your friends, tell your grandma. It's time for George and Brendan's Real Big Time Podcast. It's the most important pod in the world.
Welcome to George and Brendan's Real Big Time Podcast. I'm George Mills, here with my co-host Brendan. Brendan, how you doing, Brendan Burrow?
I am doing well, George.
You don't sound good, dog.
No, I was drinking all night. So
Classic.
me.
And we got a cool guest today. Rachel Peters, how you doing?
What's up? Happy to be. Is that why you asked me for a genre?
Yeah. We come up with a new theme song every week.
Yeah.
Well,
Or not every week, but every time we,
that's fucking sick. That
It's pretty
was
fun, right?
I got so excited. Yeah, thanks for having me. This is fun.
Yeah.
Rachel Peters, you're a comedian in the Philadelphia area. You've been doing comedy for...
Oh gosh. I mean, I've been doing comedy like pretty consistently for probably about 7 years.
Okay, cool. Did you start doing stand-up?
Yeah. Actually, the first set I ever did, I was 18, but then I took like a long break.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's always like a weird answer to that, but yeah, I would say 7 years all stand up.
Did
I
you
did-
like bomb real hard? Or?
Oh, I bombed for years. I bombed in front of back in the day when Shane Gillis was in the scene. I bombed hard in front of him so many times.
That's like good commitment because like whenever I bomb, I have to like take like several weeks off. You know what I mean? But like the idea of like coming back to it time and time again, that's
Yeah.
Well, it did help that I blacked out every time I went on for
that
a while.
helps.
there,
Alcohol
so.
helps. That might have been why you were bombing. I don't know. Who knows?
No,
Who
I
knows?
don't think it was that. It could. I just needed to develop, you know.
It could have been a bunch of things.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, I've been around at it for a while now.
Yeah, and you were because we were talking about this. I saw you at Helium doing this like sketch thing. You've also done acting, right?
Yeah, I was an acting major in
Oh,
high
shit.
school and college.
Where'd
yeah,
you go to college?
I went to U Arts.
Okay.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
It's done now.
Yeah.
It's
My girlfriend
dead.
used to work there and she was like, huh, that makes sense that they should.
It was like a pyramid scheme of a college for sure.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
not meant to continue for any stretch of time. But
Wasn't it like over 100 years old though?
Yeah, but it was one of those things where it was like part of path. It has had so many. It's like molted like 8 times and become like a different butterfly.
Oh, gotcha. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. So, you know, but it was, it's been fun. I liked it. And I'm still a performer. It's one of these things where it's like, that was a bug I could never shake. I just
Yeah.
wanted to be on, I just needed attention.
Did you
Yeah.
ever do like little shows for your family growing up?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, because I'm one out of, I have 5 cousins. And so we'd all get together.
Yep.
We'd always
Mhm.
do that kind of shit. You know, we would do like the talent show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like
yeah.
vaguely brown, right? You're like,
I am vaguely, no, I'm Cuban, which is like the sleeper agent of Latinos.
okay, yeah.
Like we're
Like
big,
100% Cuban?
No.
Okay,
My
yeah.
abuelo, he was the Cuban one, and
Gotcha.
then he achieved the dream of every
Moving
immigrant.
to America.
And marrying a white lady.
Oh, nice.
That's
Yeah, My dad did the opposite. He married a Mexican lady.
Wow.
Is your dad white?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I got a white dad.
white. Would not have
Yeah,
expected.
he's
Yeah.
not much of a sleeper agent. I would say.
I'm awake.
He's ready to wake agent. He's ready to go. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
That's cool. So do you ever like go back to Cuba? You know what I mean? I know it's tough to get over
We're
there.
not really allowed.
I know. You can,
I
go
was-
through, you can go
I-
through Mexico, right?
You can't. My mom lives in Panama too, and so you can go through Panama.
Uh-huh.
But like it's like one of those things where my mom's always like, "Oh, we get to see our family." It's like, nah, we weren't the ones that they wanted. We were like a refugee family. Like we were all like rich Cubans, the bad,
Oh,
the
I
lame
see, I see.
refugees, the stupid dumb ones.
The ones that were actively being revolutioned against.
Yes, yeah. The rich people that they were like,
Well,
get
that's
out
nice.
of here.
That's nice for you and your family. You know,
Well, it is.
in terms of being rich.
It's we used to be, and then like it all went away. But my
Classic.
abuelo turned away from the riches, and he became a sculptor and an artist
Wow.
instead.
So that's where you
Wow.
get the little creative.
The genes.
The genes
yeah,
from, okay.
yeah. You know, it's fun. It's a good time. I mean, well, it's also like I could go into it, but it's also a mix because I got moonshiners on one side of the family that were like flappers and they did all the like jazz lady stuff, and then you know you
All
got
criminals.
The sculptor. All criminals.
Oh man, I want to do crime. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Not even. Have you ever done
It's a
petty
little-
crime?
I one time. So I don't know if I should tell this on there, but whatever. My friend used to work at Harbor Freight. You know Harbor Freight?
No.
It's like a discount Home Depot. Basically, they sell really cheap Chinese tools or whatever.
okay.
And he used to work there. And he loaded up a toolbox full of like expensive shit. And then I went in to buy it. and we got away with a bunch of stuff.
That's
Mm,
that's
Yeah,
good.
that's probably the
crime.
coolest I've ever felt.
Wow.
Honestly, it was like I was I was just seeing a girl at the time, like very freshly. I was like, hey, listen, we're gonna go do a fucking scheme right now.
We've got a heist. Listen.
We got
You're
a
like
heist, yeah,
sweating
I know.
profusely. You're like, we're gonna do a fucking, we're doing a scheme.
I do this all the time. It's fine.
So if you
I'm
don't see
badass.
me, yeah, if I disappear,
But I don't honestly, I think that just mostly helped out my friend. I don't think I got anything out of that. Except the rush.
The rush, yeah. Well, that's what you
Oh.
do it for, really. It's the rush.
That's what most people do it
yeah.
for. Yeah.
Like we used to egg cars when I was a kid. That was
Whoa,
that's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad
that's
thing to do.
really next
Yeah.
level.
yeah, but that's the rush. I didn't hit any cars. You know how hard it is to hit a moving car with an egg?
Really?
It's
Is it?
really hard. Yeah, my
Okay,
buddy though could
okay.
hit. He hit like 3 in a row. It was right on the windshield. It was
Best
crazy.
in the county.
yeah, I know.
Oh my god!
But
Now
yeah.
this 4 a.m. day makes sense. You like a good DGen vibe. You're like,
I'm a little bit of a DJ, yeah, definitely.
Clip that. I'm kind of a DJ. Cleaning your
it.
glasses off.
Big deal.
Do you have any siblings?
I have one. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you guys get along? Oh yeah,
No.
older.
Older
sister, right?
Yeah, older. We don't really get along, but
Mm.
we come together to piss my mom off. Like, actually, one of the reasons we will get along is we'll fake being in a really good place just to upset my mom.
Sure. Yeah.
God.
She loves driving. She'll be like, "Well, Michelle," and I'll be like, "Mom, I think you're being not fair," and she like gets so like upset about it. But no, we're not very close. We're too close in age to be close in relationship.
Mm.
Constant.
That's how. So like, was it 4 years? 3 years?
2
2 years.
years.
Okay. Me and my sister are 4, so I think that's a little more. We got a little more of a buffer.
Right. You
Yeah.
got to like have your own personality, your own identity. When you went to high school, they were like, "Oh,
I see what you're saying.
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. I was very much like the baby of the
Oh,
family.
You
know what I mean?
still look like a baby.
Yeah.
You look like a baby with a beard.
I know. If I didn't have this
Little
beard,
beard
dude,
baby.
holy shit.
You look
I get-
just
I
like
get-
me,
I
but
get fucking-
Mexican.
Yep. Not or Libyan or whatever the fuck, because people are always like, "You're not Mexican." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, trust me. Fucking trust me. You're from the Middle East. Fucking."
That's what white and Mexican together make. I mean, if we're
I know.
thinking
Yeah,
about
an
it.
Arab guy. It's crazy. Don't tell my Catholic grandparents, dude. Well, it's time for our first segment. You ready, Brendan?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's
Hell yeah,
do
dude.
it.
Stop the press. It's real big time news bringing you the best. Big headlines. The stories are grand. But mostly weird stuff from Florida, man. Real big time news.
Yes, it is real big time news. Today's story, we've got a police chief that defecated in the office, put Viagra in office coffee, claims his deputies in New Jersey. So a group of North Bergen police officers say that the chief defecated in department offices, stunk a hypodermic needle into an officer's penis.
Whoa. Stuck a needle?
Stuck a needle and spiked coffee with Viagra, according to legal paperwork obtained by The Patch, which is where I got the story. The accusation in the claim.
Shout out to the patch.
Shout out to The Patch, New Jersey, dude.
What a solid leak, man.
Yeah. The accusations in the claims filed on behalf of various officers range from on-the-job harassment to pranks, including Chief Robert Farley defecating in department offices and on the bathroom floor and leaving it there and chasing one officer around the room and stabbing him in the penis with a needle.
Classic prank.
Prank.
Classic prank.
It's high school shit. You know
I
what I mean?
honestly don't understand what the hubbub is.
It's
You know,
clearly
These-
locker room stuff.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
He was having fun. The claims also accused Farley of sending a pride flag and masturbation cream to another officer's home. I'm not sure what masturbation cream is.
That's just lube, right?
Yeah, I think it might just be.
yeah.
Or though, is there a special cream that also fucking moisturizes? You know what I
lavender
mean?
scent. You know. I don't think you want lavender mixed with ball musk.
Anything to mask it. You know what I mean? Because it fucking reeks down there. dog. Anyway.
Anyway.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for guys having to do a ball musk.
Yeah, it's right next to your balls, dude.
And
I
it's-
mean, right next to your butthole.
And
It's
then
like,
also, it's just
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have.
I know, we
okay.
have it really hard. Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, it's really hard to be a man.
You know, sometimes like men don't get enough appreciate. Anyway.
I
Yeah.
don't think men get enough appreciation,
Yeah,
especially for the balls.
Yeah.
As also sitting on balls. Anyway.
Anyway,
Back to
especially
the
Chief Farley, who exposed himself at work at random times, dropping drugs believed to be Viagra and Adderall in the coffee. A claim also says one officer's fish was believed to have been poisoned with the drugs, which I don't know about that one. I feel like maybe you just had bad fish, bro.
Dude, I don't
Yeah.
know though.
You
If you're if this guy is around like stabbing people with needles as a prank, I would like anything that happened. I'd be like, oh, it was fucking. What was his name?
I have diarrhea.
Farley?
This is Farley's
Farley?
fault.
Fucking
This is Chief
Farley. Are
Farley.
you kidding me?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's a
I mean,
prankster name. But also,
don't hire a cop named Farley.
the Adderall, maybe he's just trying to get more out of his men.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if somebody slipped me Adderall, I'd be like, sure.
I might be
That's-
like, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels so like
I'd
it feels
be
so
I'm actually
clear, dude.
needed that
Fucking
today.
sick, dude.
I
Thank
feel
you
like
so
well.
much.
Let's see. Farley, whose father and grandfather served as deputy chiefs of the North Bergen Police Department, was sworn in by Mayor Nicholas Sacco in February of 2024. Farley himself was dubbed one of the 300,000 cops, 300K as in payment, in Hudson County by the Jersey.
He got paid
Journal.
$300,000 a year
Fuck
Mhm.
a doodle do. God,
For
what I
needle
would
pranks?
give.
I know,
Are you
dude.
kidding me?
It's just trying to create some office tomfoolery.
Holy shit!
I
He's
know.
just trying to
This is
create a vibe with his men,
It's-
with his
Honestly,
boys.
dude, like if this is what cops do to each other, are we fucking surprised that they fucking are out here killing people? It's like, yeah, it's like they're not killing people; they're doing pranks.
They're
They're
doing-
doing,
they're
go a little
doing
bit
gags.
far.
It's like a death match for wrestling. It's just
Yeah.
a death prank.
It's a death prank, dude.
yeah, I shot the perp, but it was like a joke. Yeah, he's
I said psych,
Psych.
right afterwards, dude. I was like
Psych.
psych, and he just died. And I
Died.
was
Well,
like,
he's dead.
pussy.
Can't take a fucking joke, dude.
Oh my god.
There's a little bit more of the story. Michael F. Durman said in his notice that he and Farley had been friends until Farley became chief, and that from then on he began playing pranks on the officers, like setting off car alarms and putting ink on door handles.
Well, that's
I mean, that's
classic.
okay.
That's
fine.
okay.
That's fine.
Classic
That's so-
tomfoolery.
I wonder
Yeah.
at what point, like, did
So-
he just start looking up pranks, and then he was like, "Okay, needle in the dick." Like,
Yeah, it says soon the pranks took a darker turn in August
very
2024
dark.
when he
Yeah.
found himself being chased around the office by Farley. After cornering me in the filing area with no further room for retreat, he sticks a hypodermic needle through my jeans into the tip of my penis.
Oh no!
he's just trying to get that sweet, sweet man juice, dude.
Dude.
He's like, "I got a daughter, I need to impregnate."
Oh my God.
Durran wrote that he protested Farley, who told me, "I don't know how to take a joke."
Yeah, I mean, kind of
Come
seems
on.
like a sensitive guy. You know what I mean?
Like a fucking snowflake, if you ask
Holy
me.
shit, dude.
The chief apparently would also shave his body hair on people's property, their persons, and their food. He was also fond of scraping fluids from his underwear onto people seated in the chief's office.
Oh, that's
That's too much.
ridiculous, dude. I've never even thought of something like that.
It's-
Holy shit.
Also, how
that's
do you
truly
s-
vile.
How do you scrape liquid off of your underwear? What is on your underwear?
Underwear scraper.
That's-
Underwear scraper.
Yeah, does he just have a pair of dirty boxers on his desk?
Oh
He's
my
like,
God. And also, yeah, like what is wipe your ass, number one. Like, what do you know, like, holy shit. Oh my God.
he also left feces on the bathroom floor,
The-
apparently with the intent of having someone unknowingly step on it.
That's classic.
He would on occasions pull his pants down and defecate on the floor in front of his office staff.
What is this dude struggling with?
I know.
Like,
The other officers wrote that they were denied promotions or forced to work nights. One of the officers, both under Farley and his predecessors, were pressured to write parking tickets as a way to generate revenue for the township.
Classic.
Um,
cop shit.
classic. That's some classic.
I mean,
cop shit.
that's like
He's just
I
doing his
see
job.
that. Yeah, I'm like that.
Get him a
Well,
promotion.
we had to- let's reel it back a little bit.
Yeah, that's literally PPA shit.
How often is this guy? What does he eat that he has to shit this much? There's so many
Yeah.
You
questions.
know, you got some questions? Luckily, we got
We got
Mr.
some
Farley
answers.
here on the
Yeah.
line. Officer Farley, how you doing today?
Hey, what's shaking, bacon?
So are you still doing pranks out there? What's going on?
What is this? Is this kind of like Howard Stern? Is this kind of like Stern? Do you guys watch Stern?
I love Stern, man. We're exactly
Classic
trying to do
Stern.
Stern shit.
The king, the fucking king. My God. You know what, man? I'm really just out here trying to make lives better.
Okay. So this was all altruistic. You were trying to just brighten people's days.
I don't know if you realize this, man, but being a police officer is kind of tough work. You got your single homicide, double homicide, triple homicide, arson. You gotta remember all these words for different things.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
So
It's
far,
fucking
homicide and
stressful,
arson.
man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's stressful, and the guys are always coming in sourpusses. And I said to myself, how can we jazz this up? So I was voted 5th place for class clown at Hoboken High, right? So I was built for this.
5th place. It went that far down?
5th place. It was rigged.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm with
It
you.
was rigged. It was rigged. When you're too funny and people don't want to, be your first
Listen,
They're
place.
jealous.
I
Yeah.
exactly know what that's like.
Yeah. When did you do the hypodermic needle prank at Hoboken High? Is that where?
Let me tell you something. First, allegedly.
So you're
But let me
not
tell
even. You won't
that's
even.
a real funny bit.
What'd you
That's
say?
a funny bit hypothetically.
That's
Hypothetically.
hypothetically. Yeah.
But
Hypodermically.
hypodermically, if you were to do this, would you say like that's a funny bit to do to somebody, or?
Yeah, listen, my job is really to, protect and serve those laughs every day in and day out. My guys are out there on the streets.
Some
they're
would
coming
say
back to
that
the
your
office
job
and
is
they're
to protect the general public.
Yeah, but isn't laughter really the greatest form of healing?
Are you a doctor now? That's the thing. Like healing implies that you might be a doctor, but a police officer, I feel like, is doing a little bit more like of the, you're not healing, you're protecting, right?
Yeah, but I got to protect my boys. They're having a hard time out there remembering the arsons and the homicides. Larceny's another one.
Larceny stuff. I still don't know what that is.
Yeah. So wait,
I
did somebody
got to take care of my guy.
did somebody show you these pranks initially? Was there like a prank teacher that you had that where you came up with
Allegedly, I allegedly have the Impractical Jokers channel. It's the whole channel. You can watch the show. You can watch the show 24/7. It's crazy.
It's on all the
24/7
time.
you can watch
That's it is. What is it on True TV?
It's incredible. It's incredible. And what's more true TV than prank? You know what I'm saying? So I go in, I take some of their pranks, and they're not quite edgy. And they say, let me get a little sharp needle
it needs
here.
to
Let me see my body.
Not enough needles, I always say in Impractical
You know,
Jokers.
you know
Yeah.
how hard it is to find masturbation cream in this economy. It's
Yeah,
insane.
tariffs.
Oh
Tariffs.
God, the tariffs are insane.
So the pooping on the floor, that's how do you work up the gall to do that in front of people?
Yeah. Well, it's not confirmed. It's not confirmed that it was me who did that, but I eat a lot of burritos. I eat a lot of burritos for every single meal. Hoboken has the best burritos in the world. So I say to my guys, what's going to crack them up, right? Maybe a little fudge on the bathroom floor. Everybody loves that one. Impractical Jokers season 3, episode 5.
I mean, honestly, it seems like Impractical Jokers bears a lot of the responsibility.
Yeah. It is
maybe
definitely-
That's what I would say. I don't bear any. I'll tell you that.
No, you're the guy trying to keep everybody happy. You're trying to keep
Right.
spirits up.
I'm trying.
For the boys.
You get. Where are you guys at? Where are you guys at right now? What if I come through? You got a bathroom in that place?
Are you trying to take a shit in this studio right now?
Yeah, that would ruin the prank, wouldn't it?
Touche, Officer Farley.
Yeah, I mean, we're not far. We're just here in Philadelphia in Fishtown. It would take you, approximately an hour and a half to get here from Hoboken?
Yeah. I'll be there. I'm actually on duty right now. I'm just pulling a guy over.
Oh, you didn't
Please.
get fired or on administrative leave at least?
Well, the job never leaves you, So
Yeah,
even
that's
if you're
true.
not, you don't have your badge, you're still out there on the streets.
Right. You're always on duty. If
You're always
a cop.
protected.
That's
Always
true.
Protecting and serving. It's
I got
just
a
your
personal
calling.
siren.
You got your own personal siren?
I got a personal siren.
Yeah.
That's a
nice.
prank siren. It's a prank siren.
I mean, you could afford it with the $300,000 salary you got.
Allegedly. Let me tell you something. A Practical Jokers channel is pretty expensive.
I don't think so. I think you can get that on pretty much for free now. Have you been paying a lot for it?
About $2,000 a month, brother.
$2,000 a month. Wow.
Do you have like a personal line to queue? Like, is that the extra charge?
Yeah, I don't really look at bills. It's not a real funny thing to do for a comedian like myself. I'm just out there living life, sucking in the energy and pooping on floors. Allegedly.
So that's the one. The pooping one is the one that you want to walk back a little bit.
I listen. A comedian never tells the secrets. Stern said that.
Stern said that. You
Stern
can't
did.
argue with that.
I'm not gonna
It
argue
might have
with
been
that.
Beetlejuice, actually, but one of them said
It
that.
might- Can't argue with the king. Can't argue with the king.
Yeah.
Wow. Well-
Comedian never tells his secrets. A magician never tells his punchlines.
Officer Farley, what's next for you? I mean, you know, you're currently not on active duty. I know you're on personal duty, but you know, is there any big career moves for Officer Farley coming up?
Yeah, well, all I'm going to say is look out. I have my own TV channel coming. You know, that's the way that you launch TV these days. I got a whole channel. And it's just going to be me goofing with the guys, you know, 24/7.
Okay.
So you can sign up for that for about $2,000 a month. That goes straight into my account. And yeah, check me out there. You know, big things coming ahead.
That's nice. That'll cancel out your Impractical Jokers membership. You know,
Yeah.
you'll be even at 2K. So
Let's not go too far. The more the merrier.
yeah, sure.
right.
Well, Officer Farley, I appreciate you calling in and you know, defending yourself. Hopefully, you know, we'll see you out on the streets, maybe at an open mic in Philadelphia sometime.
Yeah, doing some alleged pranks.
Is this going to clear my name? Am I good? Because I owe a lot of money.
I think maybe. I think maybe this is. I didn't understand before, and now I'm like, Impractical Jokers.
I feel like you could put this forward in evidence for sure. If any trial
You
were
guys
to come.
fucking get it.
Yeah.
You guys get it. Send me your
We're-
location when you have a second.
yeah, no problem. I'll go ahead and send you my geotag location.
That'd be great. Do you have needles there? Or, don't worry about it.
I actually have a surprising amount of needles. Diabetic cat. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Farley. We'll catch you. We'll probably catch you sometime soon.
All right, later, haters.
Later Gators.
Wow,
Wow, what a-
Officer Farley.
What a fun guy.
What a fun guy. Honestly, I could drink a beer with that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and then you drink it and it's Viagra in it. And you're like, oh,
Or actually,
got me
even better,
again.
you drink
I like-
it, there's poop in it.
yeah. Oh,
I often like to prank myself with Viagra. You know what I mean? Just like, I'm gonna be good at sex later.
Dude, does Viagra work every time, or is there ever a circumstance where it doesn't work? Because I have a small tale about a comedian
gonna
that
have
took.
to say,
Because
I
I
have a small
have
penis.
a small.
It won't get big.
Once I take my Viagra.
There's a comedian that did a naked show and took a Viagra before the
shit.
naked
Did
show.
you have a boner the whole time?
No.
Okay.
Which is why I'm like, is that like common, or
Well,
you can also choose to not comment.
I mean, you know, as someone who has taken it before, you know, it's not the type of thing where it's like you're fucking just like ready to go.
You're not taking it recreationally.
but you take it and then it's like it just like when you're like good, then it's like okay, it's staying. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
It just like
Stay.
Gives you that lift.
Yeah,
that
it
you
just
need.
make it. You know
It's
how
like-
like I will say like as a guys, the guys here, you know how like when you have morning wood, it's like
Mhm.
the best,
Yeah.
the most wiener you're ever gonna have is in the morning wood.
Yeah,
It's like having morning wood all the time.
Would you say it's like Adderall for your penis?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
my wiener can't normally read, but I get a cup of Viagra and it's like Tolstoy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay, cool.
Oh my goodness. Well, are we ready for our next segment?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Brendan, last year we were talking, or not last year, last episode, you were talking about who are the group of family, like
Was it the Poison Ring?
the Poison Ring? Yes, the
Philadelphia
Poison Ring.
Yeah.
The Poison Ring really got me thinking about different scams throughout history.
Oh,
So
I like that.
we got a whole new segment coming here. It's called Real Big Time Scams.
They'll charm your socks off and vanish with cash. Promise you riches, deliver you trash. Pull back the curtain, we're spilling the tea on swindlers and schemers in history. It's real big time scams. Don't give your grandma's checkbook to that man.
Welcome to Real Big Time Scams, the segment where we talk about the best scams throughout all of history. Today's, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go take you on a journey to the earliest 19th century to a paradise in Central America with lush forests, fertile soil, and riches beyond your wildest dreams. Yes, a place where the rivers glimmered with gold and the locals greeted you with a song. This wasn't just land, this was an opportunity. And at the center of it was a Scottish war hero with a jawline like a musketeer and the confidence of a man who has never been told no.
Ooh.
His name? Gregor McGregor. A name so charismatic, so symmetrical, that it almost sounds made up. Gregor McGregor was born in 1786 in Scotland, into a family that claimed noble descent. Whether that was true or not did not matter much to Gregor, who would go on to become very comfortable with claiming things. He joined the British Army at the age of 16, serving in the Peninsular War against Napoleon. He was reportedly brave, ambitious, and absolutely allergic to being average.
Couldn't be me. Fucking love being average, dude. It's my favorite.
Please, right under. After resigning for the British Army in his early 20s, he sailed to Venezuela to join the Latin American Wars of Independence, fighting under none other than Simón Bolívar. And for a time, he was a legitimate military leader. He even commanded troops in battle and earned a reputation for his boldness, though some say that he exaggerated this role just a tad, you know, just like your cousin says he's an entrepreneur, but really he's just buying meme coins he hears about on Reddit. After bouncing around a few revolutionary causes, he returned to Britain and proclaimed while abroad his military exploits had been so renowned that he had been made ruler, yes, ruler, of a pristine stretch of land on the Mosquito Coast. He called it Poiesis. Capital city, St. Joseph. Climate, perfect. Soil, so fertile you could fart and accidentally grow a mango. And the best part, he wasn't keeping this treasure for himself. No, he was offering the British citizens the chance to own land, live on it, help build a new enlightened society.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
Oh, this sounds like Guyana. Is this Guyana?
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Now, this wasn't just some guy on the corner saying, hey, want to buy a jungle? McGregor came prepared. He had official-looking maps, a guidebook to Poiesis, printed currency, a national anthem. He even had a uniform. He handed out government titles. You could be a judge in Poiesis, a colonel, or even a lighthouse inspector. He didn't just sell the people land. He sold them a dream. And dreams, folks, are very persuasive, especially if they have their own stationery. In 1822, the first ship of settlers set sail. Dozens of hopefuls armed with land, deeds, supplies, and McGregor's full-color brochure. The brochure described a thriving city with parliament buildings, banks, churches, and theaters. They made the long voyage, bouncing over the Atlantic. Families in tows, letters of appointments in pockets, excited, nervous, ready to start a new life. They arrived. There was nothing.
Yeah, no shit.
No city, no buildings, no docks, no government offices, just jungle, dense, hot, unforgiving jungle. Turns out Poiesis did not exist. It never had. The settlers had been sold tickets to Narnia, and the wardrobe opened into a malaria swamp. Some still believe that they were simply in the wrong spot. They had just waited a little bit, maybe someone would arrive to send them to the capital, but there was no capital. There was no government. The only thing that was real were the mosquitoes, and they were thriving, dude. Many people became ill. Supplies ran out. People slowly started dying. Survivors were eventually rescued and taken to a nearby British Honduras. Meanwhile, McGregor, he had already moved on to France, where he started the exact same scam. New investors, new brochures, new, same invisible country.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Gregor McGregor had just pulled off what might be the most ambitious real estate con in history. Not just a fake house or fake land, he sold an entire fake nation. Not just once, multiple times. With flair, with uniforms, with paperwork. People believed him. His charisma was so strong that even after the truth came out, people still wanted to believe. Survivors from Poiesis' expedition insisted that they must have just landed in the wrong place, that surely Gregor wouldn't lie, that if he had been there, everything would have gone according to plan. The level of commitment this man inspired. The man sold a fantasy with so much confidence, people clung to the delusion even as they were being alive by the jungle. Out of the 270 settlers the McGregor conned, only 50 survived.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was eventually arrested in France, but somehow he got acquitted. The con was just too smooth, the documents too official, the jawline too strong.
He's like, you know how you're a judge in France? Well,
Listen, you could be a super judge. I got a mega judge.
We got a mega judge over in this place over here in South America.
That's the story of Gregor McGregor, war hero, nobleman, and unchallenged king of historical real estate scams.
I'm not going to lie. This really did sound like it was going to be the founding of Guyana and French Guyana. I was just like, holy shit, this dude created two countries off a scam.
I know, right? I mean, he kind of did because he did it multiple times. That's
I
Yeah.
mean, when you got a whole ocean between you and a possible like living, you can kind of make anything up. I could be like, yo,
Yeah.
over there.
That's the thing. Like back in
yeah.
the day, you could just do scams. You can, because people don't have the internet. You could just be like, I swear to God, dude, over there, it's nice. And they'd be
Right.
like,
And if you got a jawline and a fucking
Yeah, this guy's
exactly.
fucking
and a
butt, dude.
solid name. You're
Yeah,
ready
and
to
he's
go.
like,
Gregor
and he's
McGregor.
clean, and he doesn't smell bad. Oh, yeah,
Just
this
like,
guy
yeah,
seems
this
Dude,
man, I don't
trustworthy.
know.
Just like you could just like tailor a uniform. You know what I mean? And be
Yeah.
like, I'm in the army, dude.
Listen,
Yeah.
man, I got a jawline. I'm white. Look at this outfit. I'm pretty good to go. And
I
they're
can't,
just
but like, I can't believe people trusted a man named Gregor McGregor. You know what I mean? Gregor McGregor.
Gregor McGregor.
Well, I think we actually have Gregor McGregor himself.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Special.
Yes, we do. Gregor, are you on the line here?
Hello.
Wow.
How you doing?
Me,
What'd you say? What was the thing you said?
I said it's me, Gregor McGregor.
Gregor McGregor. Thank you so much for being here. I have so many questions. You know,
I'm a daily listener to your podcast.
you listen every day. That's so nice.
Wow,
Really?
daily.
I know there's only like 30 episodes, but I just keep them on repeat.
Thank you. I appreciate
Wow,
it.
that's
You
really
might actually
nice.
like a guy who was on our second podcast. Actually, you might not like him. He's a bit of a shyster. Little
Yeah.
Jamie Fitzpatrick piece of shit.
Oh, he is
Yeah.
a shyster.
I'd like to hear. I hear there's a man in your scene named Sean O'Shaughnessy who I'd really like to get to know.
Well, because you guys
Double
have
name,
the same
yeah.
kind of name thing going on, but
Yeah.
he's Irish and you're Scottish. How does that work?
If your first name's so good, just use it as the last name. That's what I always say.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Rachel.
Rachel. I'm gonna start calling myself Rachel
Yeah,
McRachel.
Rachel
you gotta put a
McRachel.
Mick.
I like that.
You gotta put a Mick or an O on it.
Rachel or Rachel. Which one's better?
Rachel or Rachel. I like Rachel or Rachel. Yeah. What do you think, Connor? Gregor. I keep thinking of Connor
who the
McGregor.
fuck is
I keep thinking of
Gregor
Conor McGregor for some
McGregor.
reason
Yeah, I know because of the McGregor part.
because of the
Sorry.
fighting. You're a big fan of the UFC.
Big fan of the UFC. I tell you what, I hope Conor McGregor eats a bunch of nails and chokes on him and dies. I'd like to tell him a plot of land.
Oh my
Really?
goodness.
He's-
Them's fighting words.
You still
Okay.
selling land out there?
I'm still selling land. If you boys are interested in a timeshare, I actually have a really interesting opportunity I'd love to talk to you about.
Please, all ears.
Listen. Okay, where's one place you've always wanted to be?
Houston.
You sir are in luck. We have Houston too.
Oh, Houston
Houston
too.
Yeah.
What's
they
part of
fucking do.
Houston too? What's the vibe there?
Oh boy, Houston too. It's all the fun of Houston, except it's even better because I've included what I've included in all of my cities, which is this. How do you think I got all these French and English men to buy land in Central America? What's the drawing factor there? What does every man crave that I can sell them?
Sex.
Latinas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, yes,
yeah,
you were
yeah.
right.
You know what sex is?
What about Latinos? You know, any love for the men too? You know, I'm for sale.
Buddy, whatever your heart desires.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
we got sexy Latin men, we got big booty Latinas. I defected from the British Army. I joined the Venezuelan army, and I was in love.
Does that so have you spent any time with the Russians as well? You're sounding like you've been a bit influenced there.
That I received absolutely no Russian money. This is all Scottish.
All Scottish. Okay, you know what? I'm hearing it now. I'm sorry. I could never. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
doubted you, McGregor.
The name is Gregor McGregor. It's certainly not a Russian name.
You're right. I'm so sorry. I'm uncultured and I very easily scammed. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean, Gregor, like,
That's shocking. That's I believe I have some land to sell you.
Thank you, McGregor.
so Gregor, has your business gone up since the creation of the internet?
I got to tell you, they say all press is good press.
Mhm.
Not true. I got to tell you, there's a lot of people really untrusting of what I'm doing, which is a bit messed up if you think about it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
You're just trying to get people.
I'm a bit of an honest real estate agent, trying to make a living just like every other real estate agent by ripping off the wealthy.
and that I support. So I will say, yeah.
Thank you. I would love to get you in a cabana in Argentina.
Is this regular Argentina or Argentina 2?
Buddy, it's all the same. Trust me. It's all the way there.
What do you have to say, to the allegations that, a lot of people died under your care, or you're misleading them?
So it's the 1800s, buddy. A lot of people died every day.
That's true. That's true. It could have been anything. It doesn't necessarily wasn't the
Okay.
malaria and the starving.
You're eating your haggis with a side of neeps and tatties, and all of a sudden you get dysentery and die. Okay, that's life back then, right? It happened to all of us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It was just the times.
Yeah, it's chucking it down. You slip on a wee bit of tatty wet going outside Greg. You're standing in the E with a.
This Scottish accent is so thick, man. It's so thick.
It's almost like it comes and goes in waves.
I'm sorry that I'm just I'm an American. I can't always understand the Scottish accent, but what I do understand is the entrepreneurial instinct in you, and I do really support that. I can get behind that 100%, sir.
Thank you. I've been selling crypto as well.
I was about to say.
Makes sense.
We need to get a McGregor coin.
Oh yeah,
The
absolutely.
McGregor coin by now. It's just surpassed Huck to a coin.
Oh.
Wow.
Did you say what was a Hawk Tua?
Hawk
You don't know about Haktua coin?
She
Hawk-
started
Hawk
selling
Tua.
coins.
Haktua, yeah.
Yeah.
Huck to a. Have you heard of it?
I know. I've done it. I'm like, she was a revelation for me. That and then the Megan the Stallion verse when she says, nobody got up on the tip toes and rolled to the tip like me. I was like, you can do that? So
Roll to the tip. You'll have to draw me a diagram later. So yeah, so you're launching several meme coins or just one?
We're launching several meme coins, and we're super proud to do this. We're officially sponsored, and now creating a music festival on an island.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's nice. What are you calling it?
We're calling it Flame Festival.
Flame Festival. That sounds good. What
Yeah.
you got any like previews of like what kind of acts you guys coming? You guys got any musical acts or?
Ja Rule will be there.
Ja Rule will be there.
Yeah.
Rule,
Will he be
right.
performing
We have
or?
confirmed that Ja Rule will be there.
Nice.
Okay, performing or like on the island?
You're gonna have to come to see.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
The
that's
mystery.
fair. That's fair.
He'll be there
Tell
though.
you what,
Okay.
if you really like it there, honestly, you could probably stay on this island for quite a while.
Okay, there's plots available.
Sure, yeah. We're working on the boat back from the island.
Okay.
Oh, that's
wow.
good.
Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, I
Any-
feel like this is giving me a lot to think about.
Where's Flame Festival? Where's that happening?
The island of Little St. James has been recently vacated for it.
Oh boy.
Ample space there. There's a lot of good facilities on the island of Little St. James.
A lot of hidden corners I hear. Good for private
there'll be a
corporate.
fun trip. And it's fun for all ages. We can promise you that.
Oh, so I can bring my kids if I had any?
You absolutely can bring your kids.
Okay.
There's a ball pit.
There's a
I'm just seeing that here.
love. They love.
Oh, there's a pit of balls. I'll tell you that.
Oh man.
Oh man, sounds like you've been to the island multiple times.
I basically live in the island now.
Well, Mr. McGregor, if people want to, invest, how can they find you?
They can send me $200 in unmarked bills, and they can just drop it right at my doorstep. All you got to do, send it to 1 Green Circle, Little St. James.
Yeah, and the post office will know if that's enough information.
That's exactly right. The post office will know there's a specific Bill Cosby stamp that they released in 1992. If you put that, they will deliver.
Well, I think we covered all the bases,
Yeah.
all the scams there.
Yeah.
Gregor McGregor, thank you so much for being on the show. And, I appreciate you being a long fan. You keep on listening.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You have a great, fantastic day in Little St. James.
You too.
Wow, Gregor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He must be old at this point.
I'm not too good with math, but he must be at least 45.
But I bet that jawline.
Strong.
Still strong.
Still there.
Still there. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah. I
must
mean,
be nice
that
to have a jaw.
I can't wait to see Ja Rule. That's what I'm looking
Oh,
forward
jaw,
to.
jaw rule. Holy
Jaw
shit.
rule, jaw line, baby.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? I would really like to have a beer with Gregor McGregor, which will lead us right into our next and new segment.
I've sipped on coffee, cola, chai, mocha lattes, wine that's dry, IPAs and sweet vermouth, bubble tea, God's honest truth, Cabernet and cherry Sprite, picklebacks, late at night, coconut water, Gatorade, rum in jars and lime Kool-Aid, old champagne with extra fizz. If you can drink it, now that's the business. It's real big time beverages.
Welcome to our newest segment, Real Big Time Beverages, where we talk about fucking drinks. Rachel, you came prepared with some shit, right?
Yeah, I fucking did. Oh my God. I'm so excited.
By the way, I'm really sad that song will never ever get played again.
I
Generated, as I was listening to it, I was like, he's really covered all the beats. Okay, well, think up. We've got one more of these.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Because, all right, so do you guys...
Let's get in. You were telling me you've been reading a book, right?
I've been reading a book. It's called The 6 Drinks That Changed the World. And
Boom.
the drinks we got beer, wine, spirit, and then coffee, tea, and cola.
What's spirit? Is that
Spirit
just
is like alcohol,
Okay.
booze. Yeah.
That's not as fun as I imagine.
No.
It's
But
like the
you-
Holy
It's cocaine
Spirit.
water.
That's-
a little wee bit of spirit.
Well, we were going to talk about Coca-Cola, which was essentially cocaine water
I know,
initially.
yeah.
Well, where do we want to start? Do we want to go non-alcoholic and move backwards? We're going to go boozy and move
Listen,
forwards.
this is your segment, girl. You can do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
All right,
whatever you think would
cool.
work
Follow
better.
your dreams.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pour everybody here a little bit of the first drink that we're gonna do, which is beer,
Beer, which we've been sipping
Yeah.
on.
which
Yeah.
we've been sipping on.
We
This is
got here-
Oxbow Lupolo Pills.
Shout out to Oxbow.
Shout out Oxbow. Thank you guys.
That's so nice for sponsoring the podcast.
Yeah, I
honestly.
know.
Yeah, you guys did a really good job of giving me this beer for free, for sure. Okay, so beer as an original drink is one of the oldest drinks in like history. It's from Sumeria, and this is like the fun fact about beer. It was a wartime drink, and it was specifically an end of wartime drink. And what would happen is when a war was over, you would take your mead, which was early beer, and then you would sip it from the same cup to show your enemy all's good, bro.
Okay.
Oh,
Like a
okay.
peace pipe
Chilling.
type thing.
Exactly.
Nice.
So so that sort of people were like, this is gross, spit happens. So they invented straws and they would sip from the same cup
From beer?
from beer.
Gross.
Yeah, I know, disgusting. Ugh.
Disgusting.
And then after that, they stopped sipping from the same cup with the fucking straws because they were like, well, that's gay. And
By the way, official stance of the pod. Straws, gay.
and so they started doing cheers. And what cheers was it was symbolically like a I like you, you like me, cheers, I trust you.
Yeah.
So here for you.
In the spirit of that, yeah.
Here for you. And then also we're gonna do the German thing where we all gotta make eye contact.
Oh, fuck.
I hope you all have a lazy eye. Post. And then we're chugging this right now because we're gonna go to the next drink.
To the Yermans.
Holy shit, dude, that was impressive.
Yeah, my God.
Okay, that's drink
Where'd you
number
put
one.
that?
Oh, I'm really good at chugging, by the way. Yeah.
Well, we're going to
Oh,
the
I should have done
next
that at the fucking talent show. That would have been really good.
You should.
What is there a talent?
Yeah, friendly.
Yeah, we had like a
Oh.
talent show. Yeah.
Drink number 2, wine.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
we're getting fucked up. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, mommy.
So wine, well, so beer was the people's drink, right?
Mhm.
Everybody could drink beer. That meant like, oh, we're all like the same.
Right.
Wine was the first thing that made like kind of like started separating people because like,
Mhm.
so there's this thing called viticulture. You guys know what viticulture is?
I know it's a board game. I'm not even joking. I played it. It's dope.
Is it a
Really?
You make
venereal
wine. Yeah,
disease?
it's
'Cause
sick.
that's-
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, you make wine.
What? Oh, so like viticulture is basically like different areas where you grow wine. It makes different
Mhm.
types of wine.
Okay.
Okay.
So so the Greeks, first wine people. And the Greeks were like, fuck it, everybody's drinking wine. Then the
Mhm.
Romans, because the Romans loved elite classism, they were like, but if you drink wine from here, you're better.
Mm.
And so
They sounded like that too.
they did. They definitely
It's
sounded
crazy
super
that Romans
British.
were just so British all the time.
So fucking British. Caligula.
governor. I do love like in the historical stuff, like the low common people always have Cockney accents. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's
yeah.
like, oh, how you doing? And then it's fucking Denzel's like, hey. That movie
All right.
sucked, by the way.
So basically, dude, if you're on a podcast with me, you're gonna guarantee you're gonna get drunk. That's just
Let's
the
do it.
thing.
Yeah.
So wine was the thing where basically like they started having like different sort of classifications of wine,
Mhm.
viticulture, and also alcohol in general was safer than water always. Hence beer and even hence wine. Like people used to just drink this because it was what you were supposed to drink to not get sick.
Mm.
And then everybody else started making it. The wine, the Romans, when they extended into like all of France, other than the Gaelic people, but like, yeah, we got the Romans to thank for wine, and it was the first thing that made us all think, "I'm better than you because you don't have this."
Mm.
It is alcohol. So here we go. We don't have to do the German thing here,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
are we gonna chug
Cheers.
this?
I mean, I am, but that's one thing. I do love chugging wine
Really? Why?
because you get like all of the flavor. I feel like I think it's like a bomb of flavor in your mouth.
Are you a wine guy?
No,
He just likes the wine.
but if I
I just
drink,
like bombs of flavor, dude.
but I just like if I'm gonna drink it, I'd rather have it all at once instead of sipping it like a fucking
Like a fucking
like a
nerd.
fucking nerd, like a fucking I'm looking at you, America. You're over here.
Chug your wine.
No, you guys don't have to chug it. Like I said, that was just my preference.
That's
you know?
like I usually, well, it depends on where I am. Like if I end up at like a dinner party where I don't know people.
Sure, I'm not gonna chug a wine at fucking
Oh no, that's
Popeyes.
when I go for.
Not when we're at a nice place like Wendy's. You know?
Wait, how do you feel about beef versus round pat or square versus round patties? As I get this down,
You know, I don't honestly know if it makes a goddamn difference.
I respect.
You know,
I respect that. Don't don't try and shape shame me.
I think that Wendy's probably is one of the top tier burger fast food places. If we want to have that argument, I don't know. What do you think about it?
I'm gonna say that Wendy's is for burgers
I
top
want you to
tier.
say dog shit. Okay. Flipping the table. I'm getting the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
okay.
more of a Burger King. No, actually,
What?
no, I'm
Burger
kidding.
King's okay.
Burger King is not that good. Nah, it's
You can
the
taste the
lowest.
like fucking weird flavor they inject into it to make it taste like a grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no.
actually, fun fact: Burger King goes best with a red.
Yeah.
Really well with a red.
No.
Okay, here's a fun wine fact. Did you know that orange wine is a white wine that's made like a red, so it's skin on the grapes, but they're white grapes, and a rosé is a red wine that's made like a white, so you take the skin off of red grapes.
So if you leave the skin onto white grapes, you get orange wine?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't know that. I always assumed it was a special type of grape.
I'm here to educate.
Yeah.
Oh, and fun fact about beer: you got two beers that sound the same, completely different beers. You got a Goes and you got a Goose.
Oh, yeah. I always wondered what one's like a sour, right?
They're both sour.
They're both sours. Okay, well then.
But a Goes is made with
beer
salt.
shit. I don't know why I said bear shit, but yeah.
A Goes is made for hipsters.
And a Goose made for so a Goes has salt in it,
Oh,
salt
okay.
and coriander in it, and a Goose is a spontaneously fermented beer that's left out overnight. The bunch of bacteria.
It
to get to
involves wizardry.
I mean, in a lot of ways,
A man has to spawn it from his finger like Jesus.
you know. Okay, we're gonna do liquor last because we have to take a shot of it, and I have
Okay,
never
that's
shot
fair.
it, and it kind of sucks.
By the way, I'm super impressed that you got all these facts in your head without reading them from
Yeah.
somewhere.
I found it very fascinating just to find out about how this changed the world because like beer was a thing where it was like a peacekeeping thing. Wine was a thing where it was like started to kind of establish like weirdly enough like class and shit.
Mm.
And then we have coffee,
Which was?
which was the soberer of the world.
Mm.
So coffee. So before coffee, it was very dangerous to drink water. And so when you wanted to get together with people to sort of like talk and like figure out the world, you would drink like beer or wine, which got you drunk, which meant that like you guys were talking, but you weren't really remembering. You know what I'm saying? So coffee was from Ethiopia originally. And what happens is like the legend about coffee is that like some goat herder found his goats, had eaten a bunch of these berries and started jumping around all weird. And he was like, what the fuck is up with that? Started eating the berries himself.
I guess I better eat these berries. That's the thing about like back then there was just such a level of boredom that you're like, I have no choice but to do this or else it's the only novelty that I've had in my life in
It's like,
5
well,
years.
these guys aren't dead and acting a little different, so let's go for it.
God bless to the people that tried stuff for the first time. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I bet the first guy who tried water was like, well, this is a jip.
This is fucking bullshit.
die.
It tastes like cardboard, dude. Get this out of here.
So coffee, this is cold brew. So I'm so
Oh
sorry.
yeah, dude. We're gonna get jacked up.
Yeah, we're
I'm
fucking up our stomachs.
I'm not
today.
gonna- I'm not
so
gonna-
I'm gonna
sorry.
have so bad diarrhea, dude.
It's a good thing you only have a stand-up show tonight.
I know.
You just
I'm
gotta
gonna
do some
shit myself on
comedy.
stage.
Here,
It's
if
gonna
you
be
want to
awesome.
switch glasses for this, Brendan, or pour a little more into his, because
No,
I
yours-
have
yours
a
is-
lot of coffee.
Do
Okay.
you want that much coffee?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Here, you pour a little in. Yeah, because
We'll
I
make
fucked
it
up.
equitable. That's fine.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'll sacrifice
coffee,
myself.
the great soberer. So before you
Smells
you
good.
could only have these. I know. I went for a cold brew. I
Smells
went for a
fucking
La
good.
Cologne. Thank you. I was really nervous about selecting the beverages for today.
Wow, you have no reason to need to impress us.
Yeah, that's
so weird.
you could have brought old coffee from.
You guys are big players in this stand-up.
she was like, we brought toilet water, and I would have been like, oh my god, thank you. That's so nice.
Okay, so basically coffee houses in England started happening. And then do you guys know about God, what was it called? It was called like the Enlightenment.
Mhm.
So the Enlightenment was that period of time where like we actually started coming up with ideas for like the rights of man. That's what the Constitution is basically based
Woke.
off of.
That's when woke started.
That's when woke started. And so basically people were just getting sober for the first time, and not
Right.
for nothing, but like a lot of like coffee and sobriety and just sort of like caffeine fueled what was basically considered like the scientific revolution as well. So like and then also people used to like get together at coffee shops. This is like early internet. Coffee is basically the internet because
Yeah,
I mean, when
That
you
makes
think about
sense.
it, everyone's getting all hyped
they're
up.
just like talking so fast,
Pop, 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 pop,
spread
pop,
of
pop.
information.
How much do you know is real? We don't,
We don't know. Who cares? I'm entertained.
So like coffee was the thing that like made everybody like sober, and we all started exchanging ideas. So coffee was the thing that ushered in America, if we're really talking about it. So I'm not gonna just sip.
Sip it.
Sip, yeah.
Bro.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm.
Weirdly enough, the coffee is way easier than wine for me.
It mixes well with the wine.
Something about a beer, wine, and coffee together.
Really
I start
works.
drinking this every morning.
There was like a small reason I was like, we should do 6 classes, and then I was like, no, that's too much to clean.
That's very funny to think
Three
that you think I have 6 classes.
What was it? I will say shout out to Sierra Gardner, because she was like, you should have all 6 of these drinks.
It's smart. You so far, honestly, talking shit on the other guests, best guest so far. You know, they
Brought
didn't,
us-
they
yeah.
didn't bring shit.
They didn't bring anything.
Except for a bunch of shitty fucking opinions. Seamus.
I mean, if we're gonna talk, whoa, Seamus and shitty opinions, I can't wait. So we have now tea.
Tea.
This is tea. Tea is fucking colonialism. It's imperialism. It's
Mhm.
kind of a bummer, but really interesting. So tea was medicinal. So tea goes back to like China, like BCE, so before Common Era. So they were starting to use tea as like medicinally, like they would put it on like wounds. They would use it if they were sick, like things like that. But they used to just sort of like take tea leaves and like mush it up with like ginger and garlic and like other things and make like a
Salve.
yes, is that? But then they would eat it.
Oh,
And then
okay.
eventually, so the rumor goes is that a bunch of tea leaves got blown into some hot water, and the dude was like, "Well, fuck it, I'm gonna drink this water anyway." drank it.
It sounds like a dude.
There's leaves in here. Oh well.
Fuck it.
I'm not getting another glass. I only have 4.
Sounds like a guy that just drank a bunch of wine.
And basically he was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. So the caffeine in tea made you like excited and like awake. I'm not going to do all of this.
Yeah,
You
let's
guys
just
are
get a
going to do a
little. Yeah, it's
sip.
fine. Yeah.
A little sip,
A little
sipperoo.
sipperoni.
Yeah, come on, Brandon.
Thank
Good job. Oh man, I'm gonna give you guys such bad diarrhea.
It's fine.
Tonight.
That's how I know I'm alive. Honestly, if I don't have diarrhea, call the hospital.
Something is wrong.
Fucked up, dude.
There's a blockage.
Dude, don't talk to me about blockages. So that's how it started. And then eventually the silk trade started. You guys know about the silk trade?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
okay.
think so.
For those who don't know, that was when Europe started trading with Asia. And essentially, basically what happened was that started happening. And then this is the big one. Boop, 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 boop. The English. You think of them as tea people? No, prior to, they were beer people. But then Charles II, my favorite monarch, got married to the Infanta of Portugal. She introduced tea to England. Queen Victoria took that shit, ran with it.
Infanta is such a weird title.
Yeah, that's a big Spanish and Portuguese thing.
Infanta.
It sounds way sexier than a
Can you
bunch
do
of Catholic
magic?
chicks
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm married to the Infanta.
She's just some hairy chick with a fucking mustache.
Look
A
at
giant
her.
fucking bowl.
What is the most beautiful woman I have ever seen?
My Infanta.
She's just so horny.
Dude, she's down. Dude. She's fucking down. The Infanta, dude.
But the Infanta introduced tea to England, which is like their drink. Okay.
God bless Infanta. This one's to you.
To-
Yeah. By the way, sugar. So
Yeah.
fucking good.
Dude, oh, we're
Sweet.
talking sugar? No, I'm not doing. Well, actually, we are talking sugar, and
We're
that's where I
talking
bring out
Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Do you have a
dude.
bottle?
We're also-
I got one, baby.
Are
I
also
thought I
a
prepared.
big sponsor of the podcast, Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Give it up
Drink
for
Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. For you guys, I broke drinking Diet Coke exclusively.
Wow.
That's so nice. We didn't ask you to do that, but I appreciate it.
And not only that, but I got Mexican Coke,
Which is the
in
best kind.
honor.
Yeah.
And because they use real sugar.
Real sugar. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Coca-Cola. Did you know Coca-Cola was originally alcoholic?
I did not know it was
No, I
alcoholic.
did
I know
not
it had
know that.
cocaine in it, but yeah, I did not know it was alcoholic.
So it was like cocaine, and then there was okay, so fizzy water, right? Fizzy water was originally medicinal.
I can't imagine the revelation of fizzy water, dude. Whoa, what the fuck is this? It feels weird in my throat. I'm dying. I'm fucking dying here.
What sorcery is this?
Yeah, dude, they probably killed the first guy who came out with fizzy water, dude. He's a witch.
Fun fact, it was a guy, and it was like a dude who thought he was gonna die, and then he burped, and he felt better, and he was like, wait a second.
This might be on. What might be onto something here.
So like fizzy water was because of sodium bicarbonate, and it was basically you took water and then you took like two really close together things and you pushed it through really hard, created bubbles. As long as you pushed it through carbon dioxide.
You know what's funny? I had no idea that's how you did that.
Yeah, that's
it's
crazy.
it's crazy.
So that's what's happening in your soda stream.
In your soda stream, it's like two forces pushing hard together, and then air and water going to at the
So
same
it's like
time.
water diamonds.
Exactly. It's water diamonds. That's what, you know what? And we should start advertising.
We should make a fizzy water
Fizzy
called
water.
water diamonds.
Patent pending.
Don't try to steal that.
So basically, first there was soda water, and then this guy Pemberton. He was like a
Solid name.
failed, like I know, right?
Pemberton.
Yeah. So he was like a
I'm
failed,
horny
like
now.
what's up, Pemberton? So he was like a failed medicine man. He wasn't getting anything together. But then coca leaves started being legal in the United States to use in that like snake oil shit.
Mm.
And then he was like, oh, I'm gonna take this in. And then he like had this caramel sort of colored flavored syrup.
Yeah.
And he started mixing it with coca leaves and he started putting soda water on that. And then this is the thing, you got the coca, right? But what's the cola? Cola is a nut from West Africa.
Oh, so cola's a thing.
Cola
Okay.
is a thing.
I never knew that. I
It's
thought
a-
it was just like that's how you call the drink.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
a nut from West Africa that has a little bit of caffeine in it. Cocaine, more caffeine, and it would give you in small amounts gives you the right buzz. You guys ever do cocaine?
I never done it. I'm afraid to try it, honestly.
No. I've never done it.
I feel like I would die the first time I tried cocaine.
I've done cocaine probably under 7
Listen,
times.
no judgment.
Wait, 7, 8. No. No,
shit,
that
I
one
just-
time doesn't count.
I just did coke.
Oh, shit. So it's like it's basically like in small amounts. It's actually like it's essentially Adderall. So like
yeah. People like overblow it. I think they're just like, yeah.
they're like, oh, I fucking love it. No, and so basically coca and cola together, and then he would mix it with wine originally, but then a bunch of like Puritans in like the late 1800s. I don't know. They're like called like, I don't know, it's 10 something, but they were like, alcohol's illegal. And so alcohol was illegal for a small period of time in Georgia. And so he stopped putting wine in the Coca-Cola, but that sold way better because you didn't get drunk and you actually just stayed alert. And also it was sweet and carbonated, which people like. People like the fizzy bubbles. And so Coca-Cola eventually took over and it blew up. And also it's a sign of American globalization. And it's one of the biggest things America's known for, even today, more than McDonald's. Coca-Cola is the end all and be all of American.
I feel like Coca-Cola's got to be one of the brands that has the highest brand awareness, like globally.
Dude, absolutely. And here's the Coca-Cola.
Here's the Coca-Cola.
One of the fucking best drinks of all time. You're getting that'll subside. And yeah. So like Coca-Cola originally with cocaine, they stopped using cocaine in like the 20s when it kind of became illegal. But so much medicine was for was morphine and heroin and shit that cocaine was like, oh shit, I don't want to fucking die after this.
Yeah.
So here's the Coca-Cola.
Yeah, here's the Coke.
To shysters.
Mm.
God, I love a Coke heavy. Are you kidding me?
Damn. You can chug a Coke.
can really
that's
taste
the
that
one thing I
coconut.
can't chug is
Really?
Coca-Cola. I can't.
Oh, I'm good. I mean, I'm gonna get
So-
gassy after this, but like,
I've been farting this whole time, guys. It's one slow fart. That's what that rumble's been.
dude, I got like oh, it's happening.
I have heartburn.
Started.
It's all mixing.
Oh God, I know. Like as I was like catching the subway here, I was immediately just like, this is a horrible idea. But I was very excited about this idea.
It's a great idea.
No, it's so
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
I wanted to sort of condense it. It is a really good book. It's like 300 pages though, so it's like
I'm not reading that, so I'm glad that you're telling me about it.
Yeah. This is nice. This
giving
is
you
just a
guys-
nice.
I'm getting the good cliff notes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't need.
It's
What the
perfect.
fuck? What is that, dude?
this is Singani.
Is that sake?
So it's essentially it's from I think it's from Bolivia.
Okay.
Okay.
It looks like Everclear.
It's a
That looks like it'll kill me.
So we're talking distillation right now. So the last thing that we have to talk about. Did you know distillation started in Arab South Spain and Northern Africa? So it's actually an Arabic drink is distillation. So any liquor.
Interesting.
Yeah. Right. And
'Cause
even
typically they don't drink.
right.
Yeah.
Typically, right, in Muslim culture.
They.
They.
That was so, I don't know why.
Those
no, no,
people.
Those people.
Don't
You know what
drink.
people always say I am.
That's why I picked it. I thought that you would have
You know, George Mills, the Muslim guy.
This is fun. Okay, so apparently in like Muslim lore, Muhammad did drink, but he drank date wine,
Which is fine.
which is chill.
It's chill.
But distillation is essentially you take a liquor or an alcohol, you
Mhm.
boil it. It's got a lower boiling point of water, and so the vapor that comes up has higher alcohol than the liquid it's boiling. So
Okay.
see, here it
This is
is.
Burp break.
Yeah, I got one too.
So if you're distilling like wine or whatever, which makes grappa, like it, you know, the vapors that come up have
Mhm.
higher alcohol than the alcohol that it's being boiled off of. And distillation, it's happening. So distillation, like it gets more booze. And rum was one of the first distillable liquids that actually was like the thing that like you could make in droves because sugar it was from Polynesia, but then because of slavery in the Caribbean, you
Mhm.
actually got a lot of like so much sugar cane.
Shout out to slavery. it is really crazy when you think about it. It's like, oh, we would still be probably in caves. if
We
it
would
weren't for
still, yeah. Oh my God. One of the longest institutions
Oh my
of
God. Holy shit.
globalization. But
Anyway,
like,
God
right.
bless.
So like rum and then whiskey on top of that. So like rum and whiskey were like the first big time distilled things. But yeah, distillation was where we started globally communicating. Cause first it started in the small little area of like Spain, Northern Africa, and East and Western Asia. And then it even grew to the Caribbean and Africa and Europe. And so like distillation arguably is the thing that has united us globally. We're
And
fucked up.
cryptocurrencies.
This is-
and Haktua coin.
Oh,
Buy
fuck,
Haktua
this is-
coin.
Spit on that thing. Spit on that thing.
This is gonna suck so hard because I've never done this as a shot, and the only thing I've ever had this in was oh, that's not for me. The only thing I ever had.
I'll
this,
take the big one.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
that's fine.
a trooper. The only thing I've ever had this in was. Have you ever had God, what is that like
Oh, that doesn't
rum?
smell that bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it smells okay.
Let me
it's like
smell
a
it.
rum flavored. You're taking the shooter. It's like a rum. Horchata. No,
Rum chata?
it's like no, it's like rum chata, but it's like horchata. It's like a Puerto Rican like drink with coconut milk over the holidays.
Puerto Rican? Don't like it. Already.
How dare you? But yeah, like my friends and I, we've had it. We've mixed it in with like that, and then like lime, coconut and lime. How do you feel about the flavor combination?
Coconut,
okay.
that's good.
Okay
Yeah.
with
Okay,
it,
cool.
yeah.
I'm a little
Tropical.
drunk.
God
So.
bless. Let's get there.
Here's
Oh,
to
shit.
distill.
Oh,
No!
no, in the fucking.
It's literally fine.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Okay. Can you imagine if I broke the board? Oh, that's actually kind of nice. It has like a flowery after
Floral.
yeah.
I need that.
Wait, so is that as boozy as like regular alcohol?
Oh yeah, it's 40 proof.
Huh.
It's 40
What
proof.
I could honestly
It's a-
chug that.
You really could.
Not
not-
chug it,
it's
but like
not-
I could
oh.
honestly.
It's 80 proof, 40% alcohol.
Okay.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad, right?
It's
As
not
far as
bad.
liquor goes,
Yeah, that's pretty
pretty
smooth.
smooth. Pretty smooth. I might have
Yeah.
to get some of that.
Give me
It's
some
pretty
of that
nice.
smooth liquor.
A spoof. You do have to import it from Bolivia, but it actually is pretty cheap. Apparently.
Good thing I know a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a guy at the docks. Man, I would love a guy at the docks. Do you know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah.
actually, Bavik, he works down at the docks. Maybe he could help us out with some fucking imports.
You're kidding. Bavik works down at the top.
Yeah, he's like an engineer, and he does engineer
He's kind
stuff.
of an everyman, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, most of us are in the comedy scene.
Yeah, we gotta be.
A lot of metropolitan men, you know, it's just like a lot of
Yeah.
people
This is
don't
the
realize.
You're either an everyman or an unemployed man.
Is the unemployed man not an everyman? Because he does everything except work. You know.
That's one thing about like being older in comedy, where you're just like you're around a bunch of like young kids that like are struggling. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, sorry.
See, my hot
but
take.
I've also been there. You know what
Yeah,
I
it's
mean?
one of those things. Yeah, I'm just like, look, it gets better.
That's what I'm
I-
saying. People are just like, oh man, I just lost my job. And be like, dog, you'll be fine. You're fucking 25. You bounce back, dog. You got rubber soles. You're fine.
What's so wild is that
Don't worry, kid. You'll be all right.
You'll be all right, kid.
yeah, coming from like one of us.
I can
like,
see
yeah,
it in you. Yeah.
I work 3 jobs, but you know what? It's gonna turn out
It's
at the
gonna
end.
be good.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I first met Siobhan Brannigan, I was just like, "Oh, baby girl, it's gonna get better." And then I realized she was 40, and I was like, "You have a real job? What the fuck? You do this for fun?"
Yeah.
Blew my mind.
Yeah.
She is
Shout out to her. She's doing a show right now.
She's got simultaneously young and old vibes.
Yeah.
If you don't know Siobhan Brannigan,
The classic, famous comedian Siobhan Brannigan.
Here's
I love her.
one thing we haven't done in a while. Rachel, who's your least favorite comedian in the Philadelphia comedy scene? Oh my God. That's fucking crazy, dude. That's wild.
Dude, I was so about to name names. I was so close. I was about to
She's
do
like,
it.
all right, this is the segment. I'm going in. We're drunk. We got Bolivian wine or where the fuck it is. Wait, what is that called again?
Singani.
Singani?
Singani.
That's fucking delicious. I'm gonna get a bottle of that.
Dude, I was so fucking close to naming names.
When we have a male guest, sometimes I say, "Who's your least favorite female comedian?"
I only dream-
sleep with me.
You know. You know what's so funny is that I don't think that's a single. I think all female comedians would sleep with one male comedian, and we don't want to admit to it. Actually, maybe like 5 male comedians, if I'm being honest.
I mean, like all comedians, or just in the Philadelphia scene? Because there's got to be like
I'm gonna say
one attractive one.
I'm gonna say Philadelphia. No, Philadelphia's got some cuties.
I'm just kidding. I was just
Wow.
being an asshole. It's just that is that like healthy relationship privilege. You know what I mean? Where I'm just like, I don't give a shit about anybody.
Nah, yeah, you're in that hell. Yeah, both of you, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. You know, I got a boyfriend. So
God bless.
Yeah,
God bless.
that's good.
God bless.
Good
Shout out,
bless.
boyfriend.
Shout out Anthony.
Oh, Anthony.
Anthony.
Hold on.
This has got like radio vibes.
That's what we're trying to go for. Yeah, yeah.
I almost don't want this to end, but I know.
I know it's been a really good. It's been a really
been a
good
fun one,
for
yeah.
show. Thank you so much for coming, Rachel. Thank you for the drinks.
Oh my god.
There's not like a secret 8th drink or something, right?
Well,
I brought gasoline. Dame más gasolina.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been listening to that song a lot recently.
Who hasn't? You know Scat Man? Do you know the Scat Man? Beep, bop, bop, bop,
I thought you were talking about Fry Guy.
No, not Fry Guy. You know Scat Man, Fry
You
Guy.
mean Fry Guy?
But you know that song?
No.
Nobody knows. Okay, you know what? Forget about it. I'm too old. We'll talk about it another time. Rachel, thank you so much for being here. Is there anything you'd like to plug? How can people reach you?
You can follow me on Rachel Petiters on Instagram, but you can also follow More Please Philly on Instagram to see the other shows that I run with Kelsey McKee, the lovely and fantastic
They're
Kelsey McKee.
very good shows.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
They're very fun places.
When's the
Very
next
fun
one?
places. The next one is April 18th and 19th, so it's like a 420 special.
April 18th and 19th, 420. Smoke that weed. Oh.
It is not a smoking spot, but please bring your own edibles.
You can smoke before.
I
And
smoke
then-
before. And you know what? Smoke outside. There's a park across the street. There's one there. You
It's
know.
Philadelphia. The cops don't care.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
I mean realistically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where you can find me almost
Hell yeah.
exclusively. And if you want to check out my old podcast, I did a podcast with Alejandro Morales called We're Dating.
You don't do that podcast anymore?
No, it had to die. Were
Yeah.
you not die? It was. We were both broke, and then his dad, died.
Move to heaven.
He moved to heaven.
His dad moved to heaven.
Oh, that's such a good
and-
way to explain death. That's good.
And then, but then he inherited a lot of land, so he's going and living
That's
out in
nice,
Chile
dude.
now.
That's
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
nice. I
yeah.
want some land.
Well, you should have been on the podcast as somebody who's in a 12-year relationship.
13 years, yeah.
13.
You know what's?
Yeah.
I was in a 10-year relationship and then we broke up.
So there's still time.
You guys can
It
do
can
it.
always
No,
fall
I'm
apart.
I love your girlfriend. She's very nice. Okay.
You know what? I've never met your girlfriend. We gotta get together.
She's super nice to me, and she'll be super nice to you too.
Yeah, she's.
Well, I'll be fucking mean because I'm an asshole.
Hell yeah, dude. Be mean to my girlfriend, you out
Fuck being
there.
nice. Woke culture, America, looking at the lens. All right. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Listen to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. We're also on YouTube whenever we come out. We're going to come out soon. It's very soon. It's very fucking soon.
Yeah, we've came out by the time this one comes out.
All right.
My show has happened.
We love you.